Welcome to Lesson 2.2, Part 1, Business Roles and Authorizations, Concepts and Structure, from the course SAP S4HANA Cloud Supply Chain S4CSC by KRTI Edu. In this lesson, we'll explore one of the most critical foundations of SAP Cloud Security, the business role model. You'll learn how roles, catalogs, and authorizations work together to determine what each user can see and do inside the system. By the end, you'll understand not only the theoretical model, but also how these roles are structured, governed, and configured in practice. Access control lies at the heart of every SAP implementation. When hundreds of users from different departments log into the system, we need a clear structure that defines their visibility and limits. SAP S4HANA Cloud achieves this through business roles, predefined templates that group apps, spaces, and permissions logically. In this lesson, we'll unpack how these roles are built, how they interact with Fiori apps, and how consultants maintain them to ensure both security and productivity. After completing this lesson, you will be able to describe the concept of role-based access control, or RBAC, in S4HANA Cloud. You'll understand how catalogs, spaces, and authorizations form the core of a business role. You'll differentiate between standard and custom roles, learn the naming conventions used in real projects, and prepare to configure these roles hands-on in the upcoming session using central business configuration. Role-based access control in the cloud. Let's begin with the foundation. In role-based access control, or RBAC, every user's access is determined by their business role, not by individual permissions. This approach aligns security with business responsibility, meaning a buyer can create and manage purchase orders but cannot approve them, while a controller can approve invoices but cannot alter supplier data. This model not only reduces risk, but also makes system administration far more scalable. In cloud environments, RBAC is mandatory because manual role adjustments for thousands of users are impractical. The anatomy of a business role. A business role in S4HANA Cloud is like a neatly organized container. It brings together three layers: catalogs, spaces, and authorizations. Catalogs decide what apps the user can access. Spaces and pages define how these apps are presented visually in the Fiori Launchpad. And authorizations decide what actions the user can perform once inside each app. Together, these layers form a tightly controlled yet flexible access structure that keeps users focused and compliant. Catalogs, app libraries for each function. Think of catalogs as curated app libraries. Each catalog groups together Fiori apps related to a specific function, for example, procurement, inventory, or accounting. Assigning a catalog to a business role automatically makes those apps available to users holding that role. For instance, the procurement catalog provides apps like manage purchase orders, monitor purchase requisitions, and create supplier invoice. Catalogs save time and prevent errors by ensuring users receive only relevant apps for their department or process area. Spaces and pages, organizing the user view. In the newer Fiori model, groups have evolved into spaces and pages. Spaces represent business areas, while pages organize apps within each area into task-specific clusters. For example, the space procurement operations might include pages for requisitions, orders, and supplier analytics. This structure enhances usability and ensures each role sees a clear process-aligned dashboard rather than an overwhelming list of apps. Authorization objects and permissions. Even when a user can access an app, they still need authorization to perform actions inside it. Authorizations define whether the user can only view data, create new records, or make changes. In the S4HANA Cloud Public Edition, SAP locks down core authorization templates for consistency and compliance. When business requirements evolve, consultants extend permissions by copying and adapting standard roles into new versions that include additional catalog links or scopes. Standard versus custom business roles. SAP provides hundreds of standard roles out of the box, such as SAP BR Purchaser or SAP BR Inventory Manager. These roles accelerate project deployment because they come pre-mapped with catalogs and authorizations. However, clients often need flexibility, for example, regional variations or limited scope for contractors. In such cases, consultants copy the standard role, create a custom one like Z Purchaser India, and adjust access as needed. This method ensures fast setup while maintaining upgrade safety. Naming conventions are critical in enterprise governance. SAP-delivered roles always start with SAP score R, while customer-created roles begin with Z or Y. This helps teams distinguish system content from client-specific content easily. Good governance also requires maintaining a role inventory, listing purpose, owner, and assigned catalogs. Such documentation is vital during audits or quarterly release updates, where each role must be reviewed for relevance and compliance. Identity and access management integration. User authentication and authorization are handled by SAP Identity Authentication Service, IAS, and Identity Provisioning Service, IPS. These systems connect S/4HANA Cloud with other SAP and third-party applications. When a user logs in, IAS verifies their credentials, and IPS provisions the appropriate business roles. This integration enables single sign-on, central control, and consistent security policies across multiple SAP Cloud solutions, including SuccessFactors and Ariba. The role assignment workflow. Assigning a role follows a structured flow. First, the administrator creates or selects a business role in CBC. Then, the user identity is created in IAS or via the Manage Workforce app. Finally, the role is mapped to the user in Identity and Access Management, IAM. Once the user logs into Fiori, only apps assigned through that role become visible. This automation ensures that new employees are ready to work securely from day one. Real-world scenario: procurement specialist. Consider a procurement specialist in a multinational organization. They need apps for requisition, order management, and invoice tracking. Assigning the role SAP BR Purchaser instantly gives access to all relevant procurement catalogs. The user can create purchase orders, monitor deliveries, and analyze supplier performance, but cannot perform finance or inventory postings. This structure upholds accountability and simplifies process governance across departments. Role dependencies and composite roles. In complex business environments, some processes span multiple functional areas. For example, a supply chain planner may need both MRP and inventory visibility. Composite roles simplify this by combining multiple single roles into one package. Assigning the composite role automatically grants all underlying permissions, saving time and reducing administrative errors. Consultants should always test composite roles to confirm all required apps appear correctly in the Launchpad. Segregation of duties and compliance. Security isn't only about access, it's about preventing misuse. Segregation of duties, or SOD, ensures that no single user can both create and approve a financial or procurement transaction. SAP Cloud roles are pre-designed to meet these standards. Consultants validate SOD compliance against corporate control matrices during implementation. A well-designed SOD structure strengthens internal controls and satisfies external auditors with minimal manual intervention. Configuration flow in CBC and IAM app. To configure roles, open Central Business Configuration, navigate to Define Business Roles, and select New. You can copy a standard role, adjust catalog assignments, and publish it. Then open the Identity and Access Management app in S/4HANA Cloud to assign the role to specific users. Testing each configuration ensures that tiles load correctly and that users experience seamless navigation across their authorized apps. Common issues and troubleshooting. Sometimes users log in and can't see certain apps or receive authorization errors. This typically occurs when catalogs are not properly linked or scope items were not activated during setup. Another common issue appears after quarterly upgrades, when roles require synchronization. Reassigning or refreshing business roles in IAM usually resolves these. Maintaining an issue resolution tracker helps consultants accelerate project support cycles. Business roles form the backbone of secure, scalable operations in SAP S/4HANA Cloud. They combine catalogs, spaces, and authorizations into structured access control. Good governance, through naming conventions, SOD validation, and documentation, ensures compliance and sustainability. As consultants, mastering role architecture helps you build secure and user-friendly SAP Cloud solutions for your clients. You've now completed Lesson 2.2, Part 1, Business Roles and Authorizations, Concepts and Structure. In the next lesson, Lesson 2.2 Part 2, we'll move into hands-on configuration. You'll create and adjust roles in Central Business Configuration and Identity Management, mapping catalogs and verifying user access in Fiori. KRTI Edu, learn, practice, certify, succeed.